Welcome to Floating Leaf Tea Podcast. I'm Showen.
And I'm Noah. And we're here to talk about my favorite of all the teas in the world.
Wow, really? Stop announcing that crazy things.
There's not a tea in this galaxy that can compare with how much I love this tea we're about to drink.
Wow. I can think of some others. A handful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what tea is it we're going to drink today?
We're going to drink oolong tea from Yunnan.
Whoa.
I dare not say that I have like so much experience with oolong teas from Yunnan. But so far, what we try, I think we try from 2 farmers so far.
Yeah.
And they are very interesting.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. Because I think just the terroir from Yunnan, of course, is different from Taiwan. But the thing is, I heard the growers are from Taiwan, and both of the farmers have the teas got touched up by 2 charcoal roasters in Taiwan, and very different presentation and very intriguing. So let's begin. Wow.
Yeah, so of course Yunnan tea is mostly puer, right?
Yes.
And Yunnan is the original birthplace of tea trees. That's where tea trees were growing in the wild and still continue to grow in the wild. So, followingly, it's a very good climate for tea plants to grow. Mm. But these are not those wild cultivars or those wild varietals. These are developed in the east of China for a long time. So oolong tea plants were developed for hundreds of years to be more fragrant and sweet, but then they took them back to grow them in Yunnan. So you get like Sean said, the terroir of basically the terroir of puer tea. Mm-hmm. But it's the tea growing skills of people from the east part of China. Mm-hmm. Hmm?
It's Taiwan.
Oh yeah, and also from Taiwan.
So from Mr. Lai, the Yunnan Oolong, is that a Qingxin varietal?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. So that was the first time I have Qingxin varietal.
Oh, what about the one from 2005 that we drank it all up? Remember that one?
No.
You don't remember that one? That was from Teacher.
Oh.
And you always said it had like, you could see the mountain when you drink that tea.
I thought that was a Tieguanyin.
That one too.
Oh, too confusing. Anyway, so far the varietals that we try from these 2 Yunnan farmers that grow oolong tea, the varietals are Qingxin Oolong, Tieguanyin, and Furry Crab.
Yeah.
Mm. And I think I had this tea once so far. You brew it for me.
Oh, you only had it one time?
I think so.
Oh, crazy.
And it was really good.
Mm.
Yeah, it was really good.
The fragrance from the dry leaves in the hot pot, so fruity.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, it reminds me of marijuana. This farmer.
Yeah, his stuff always has that.
The sweet notes always remind me of marijuana plants or the fruit. I don't know. Marijuana fruit. Oh, it's the flower. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a flower.
I don't know the
it's
difference.
The bud.
And I remember that day when you brew it for me, I think you only have like a small bag. And I was like, what is that? And it's like Yunnan Oolong tea. And then you brew it for me. And I don't know what kind of, you might be like, I have to make this tea good. I have to make this tea good. And it was like super good. I was like, buy. Can't take them. So that's a good way to make me buy things. Buy tea, not buy things. Buy tea is the moment you brew it for me. And I was like, wow, buy. So this is one of the teas that I have that kind of response. Buy. So it's actually quite a exciting session for me because this is the second time I drank this tea, and I think the first time I brewed this tea.
Nice.
Yeah. And of course, with my ego, it's like, I want to brew it as good or better. And then the response should be like, yes, buy more.
Thank you.
So competitive. First infusion. Wow. Really fruity. Really pretty.
Yeah, the aroma is like floral and fruity
Yeah.
and sweet and like a little bit resiny, like woody at the same time.
Yeah. It reminds me slightly of the furry crab, but this one is more condensed.
Yeah, more concentrated, more dense.
Yeah. Oh, not condensed. More
Yeah, condensed, yeah.
It's condensed. I only know condensed milk. It's milk that is really dense.
It's tight together. It's tight, this tea.
Tighter, than
Yeah.
the furry crab. I would like to meet this farmer someday. His tea has always been really intriguing to me. Yes, bye.
So when you're buying tea in large quantities, sometimes you come across teas that you're, it's like, this is good. I'm trying to see what the potential is in the future, make sure that this is a good choice. And some teas, you taste it for the first time, you just know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is a tea like that.
And this, right now, I'm just like tasting the first infusion, and the broth is soft, puffy, fruity, and move to the throat just like that.
But strong enough at the same time.
Yeah.
It's soft, but it's strong enough at the same time.
Yeah. It has a I don't even know how to say. It has a stronger feeling. Like furry crab feel a little bit more lively, more playful. Yeah. And this feels a little bit more almost like that Dongding assertive feeling, and yet a little bit, or not a little bit, way more pretty than the Dongding. Dongding tea.
Yeah.
Dongding tea is
This is also high mountain tea.
yeah. Dongding
High
tea.
mountain.
High mountain. Yeah.
This is high mountain oolong. So you get the complexity and floral aromas of those teas.
yeah.
But it reminds me of like a bowl, like a bowl, like
No, I just have two of his horns going up to his head.
Like,
with 4 fingers.
some serious oomph. Kind of like banjang. It has that kind of really assertive, puer feeling to it inside. That's what I mean by when I say it's strong. It has that kind of, or like you said with Dongding, it has that strength.
And
to
yet
it.
it has that high mountain round and complexity and beauty.
Yeah, and pretty. It's a pretty tea.
Yeah.
As well as being a really ballsy tea.
Yeah. Ballsy and pretty.
Ballsy and pretty.
It's a strong female cow.
I was going to say like a really beefy drag queen. With really big muscles.
Really happy with first infusion.
So I'll tell you,
Strong, huh?
this tea, I went to go see teacher right before I left Taiwan. I just had, it was a COVID lockdown when I was in Taiwan for about a month, or a month and a half. And I didn't get to see teacher for that time. But I had just had a COVID test to leave the country. I felt pretty good about going to see him. And I kind of weaseled my way into sitting down with him and drinking some tea. And he weaseled me into, he really wanted to drink tea with, he just loves drinking tea with people.
Yes.
And we drank that charcoal dongding, the one that we've almost sold out of now, the midnight roasting one.
Yeah.
And then we drank this tea.
Oh.
And I was telling them, like, this couldn't have worked out any more, like, in the nick of time. I got to see you guys for a week, which was awesome. And if I was to try to come to Taiwan now, I wouldn't be able to see you guys, so that's perfect. But it's been pretty depressing not being able to go out and see tea people while I'm in Taiwan. And I was just talking to them about that. They said, drink this tea. And they said, when you go home, before dinner, drink this tea again. After dinner, drink this tea again. Before you get on the plane, drink this tea another time.
Oh, wow.
They said, just bring you some happiness. Cause when I was drinking this tea, I was just smiling, huge, It's a really happy tea.
Strong, though.
It's a strong tea.
Strong and then
but playful. You know, it's not like strong and serious. Like
yeah.
Like banjiang is a strong tea, but it's also serious. And dongding can be pretty serious.
Serious, yes.
And this tea is a little bit more lighthearted, but it's still got some serious, some serious oomph, some serious chutzpah.
Chutzpah. Is that German?
No, I think it's Yiddish. Chutzpah.
Oh God. One more time. Chutzpah.
Some Jewish people are going to come after me for teaching you how to say chutzpah the wrong way.
I like that word. Second word I'm going to collect into my not favorite, my liking words in my liking words box. One is remember people? Oxymoron.
Yeah,
I love that word.
You have phrases that you like too. You say like you're in the technology dinosaur era.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you like now you like chutzpah.
Just the sound, it sounds very
great.
good.
Sounds great.
And the liquid is actually quite dark from this Yunnan Qingxin varietal Oolong. It's let me see. Would you say it's almost just a touch darker than amber or amber?
Yeah, it's like brown.
This is not blonde.
Brown.
This is not blonde. Brown.
It's like it's like dark reddish.
Is this brown? This is brown?
Well, I mean, call it what you want.
But there's a
dark amber sounds fine.
Amber orange reddish hint.
Yeah, but it's more brown than Hong Shui is. And it's also that way because it's pretty oxidized. It's only roasted one time, and it's not that long of a roast either.
Only roasted one time,
yeah.
And it's dang! This is oxidized tea.
It's an oxidized tea.
Oh, nice! I really want to meet this farmer.
This farmer likes to oxidize his tea really enough.
Like still, I think there's a tea that I couldn't.
God, smell that. That floral scent. That floral. There's nothing else like that floral from this place.
You got to oxidize the tea enough to pull out this kind of flower, which I sometimes mistake it as a fruity. But this farmer, so I was like talking about there was a tea that I am still trying to, hopefully it will show up again. Is his Tie Guan Yin variety? Is it cultivar or varietal? Whatever.
They're kind of interchangeable.
Cool.
Cultivar is cultivated. Varietal is naturally occurring.
Oh, okay. Then Tie Guan Yin.
So Tie Guan Yin is a cultivar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Naturally cultivated.
Anyway, it's not that important. Go ahead.
Sure. So anyway, the Tie Guan Yin cultivar that we had it once from this Yunnan Wuliang Shan farmer, and that tea, I think he oxidized it a little bit more. Maybe not as dark as this one, but when you brew it, you can see the really clear red edges on the edge of the tea leaves. And dang, that tea was wonderful and a wonderful teacher.
Yeah.
We talk about that tea actually many times in our podcast, I think.
In the first year that we did the podcast, we drank that tea a few times, I think.
Yeah, because it's such a wonderful and powerful tea and also really firm teacher. Yeah, that tea slapped our faces a couple of times, so many times.
Yeah, and we had a different Tie Guan Yin from the same farmer that was more on the light oxidation.
Yeah.
Right? And then, the one you're looking forward to having again is the dark oxidation on that Tie Guan Yin.
Yeah.
But I'm actually, this is the first time that I've had this dark on his Qingxin Oolong.
Yes.
And I really like it.
Usually
his Qingxin Oolong is a little bit lighter.
Lighter?
We had at least 2 different ones.
Oh.
Just one bag at a time, though.
Oh,
do you remember those ones?
The suggestions from teacher
I think
once a while. I just like throw in 2 bags or something.
And one was from 2011 or something like that. One of them was bug bitten. Do you remember those teas?
I like that tea,
that was a really good tea.
The bug bitten tea, I really liked it.
That was an excellent tea, yeah.
Second infusion, still so puffy and full and strong. Wonderful. And it continued with that fresh buy more. I don't think there's more though.
No, I think we got what we can. But I'm happy with what we got.
Yeah, we can keep some.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, I hope Sunny is not listening.
I'll beep that phrase out when I'm editing it.
Probably to this point, she's like, how much tea are they keeping and how much tea are they really selling? I'm confused now. Is this a business or
a collection agency? I'm excited to brew this tea for people. I really like brewing this tea for people.
Hopefully it will show up. It will happen soon.
Yeah. I brewed this tea for my dad when he came. You remember? And I brewed it really strong. And he's like, oh, that's pretty strong. That's pretty good. This one you can really make it really strong.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even if there's a little bit bitterness, it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's actually okay. Yeah. See if you notice a difference between the second infusion and third infusion. And if you do, please tell me what's the difference.
I mean, it's certainly different, but I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Oh, so what happened is second infusion, I was I was talking too much and I was not paying attention when the moment I was decanting the tea. So I went back to my usual habitual style, dabbing. Because this tea I actually try to use the running style. Actually.
Yeah.
Just to play it safe. Because this is the first time I play. I play with this tea. I brew this tea.
Yeah.
And so and then also it's teacher's tea, and I try to do more of their style of tea, the decanting style.
Yeah.
But the second infusion, I actually accidentally do dabbing. Only the last part I run it.
Oh.
Because I noticed that. And then so the third infusion, I do the running style. Yeah. So not sure if you noticed the difference in the dynamic.
Well, now that you say that, the second one did have a crunchiness to it. I didn't think it was bad though.
No. I was not saying it's bad.
Yeah, I thought it was actually
I
really
love it.
really fit the tea really well.
Yeah.
And the second, or this infusion, the third infusion, didn't have that crunchy thing, and it felt more juicy and soft.
More soft, right?
Yeah.
Even I would say softer than it is already is.
Yeah.
So this fourth infusion, I'm gonna do the dabbing.
Okay.
Because I quite enjoy the dabbing style from this tea so far. Yeah, I like the accidental mistake actually on the second infusion.
Yeah, sounds good. If you're gonna do it that way, do you want to go direct into the tasting cups?
Sure. Whoa. So we are actually using
smelling cups.
Yeah, fragrance cup today. And the fragrance cup we like to use is not that really tall.
Cylindrical.
Not
the tall cylindrical one. It's
a little bit more open on the
kind of flanged. Yeah.
Yeah. We feel like this way the bouquet can flow a little bit more naturally into the nose. You just hold it there and it will flow in there rather than the tea drinker have to go into that cylindrical. Is that
cylindrical? It doesn't matter. You know it.
Okay, that cup, that really tall, skinny cup, your nose almost have to jam in there to be able to call out the bouquet. Maybe I should try. I actually want to do a session on the difference in a fragrance cup, the shape. Why do I like the bouquet flow into my nose? Because then there's one thing that happened. Some tea, the bouquet has a higher capacity. It gives me a feeling of not just smell the bouquet. It gives me a feeling of some of the bouquet, some of the tea from the scent. It gives me a feeling that the cup couldn't hold the bouquet at all. It's so not because the bouquet is so strong. The energy of the bouquet is so strong. It's like ooze out and growing out of the cup. It's wonderful, you know? Yeah. And some tea will just like kind of gently stay in there. Some tea will gently flow into the nose, and then you then I of course trace the capacity of how much and how it's traveling inside of my brain, or that kind of stuff, etc., etc. But a lot of times I actually look at when it's the sand is still in a cup, and it's just like overflowing. Like if you can see it like those like smoke, like the ice,干冰, how do you say?
Ice.
Dry ice. And then there's that smoke. If you can see like sand as a smoke out of your cup, you will see like oozing out of your cup.
Yeah.
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 Or you're like, oh, Sean is in her crazy mode again. And of course, I'm so excited. This cup is gonna be very strong and direct into the cup with our fragrance cup. Oh, totally. On the surface, there's like really strong. Just this one decanting is, I call it the Debin style. I don't run it between two cups. I stop, pour some tea in, stop, pour some tea into the other cup. And then totally also skip the fragrance cup. Just let the tea go direct into the drinking cup. Oh, and it's strong because now I'm emotionally really hyper. Because I was talking about the scent. How do you feel about this cup? Not focused enough?
Yeah.
Okay. But besides that, if you take the unfocused away, how would you evaluate this cup of tea?
It's definitely really big and strong. Yeah.
Not good enough?
Not that it's not good enough. I'm just... If you want me to rank the 1, 2, 3, and 4...
Okay.
Is that what you want?
Sure.
I think that 2 was maybe the best. Maybe 1 or 2. 1 was also really good.
1 is really good, actually.
Yeah.
And I actually forgot how I decanted. Do you remember?
I don't think it matters that much.
It does. It does. Dude, it's all about how
more,
nerdy we are.
I think it might be more that you're really excited and talking through this one that that it wasn't as focused as the first one.
Yeah.
Maybe less to do. I think that the decanting style makes a big difference in the way it tastes, but the focus I think makes a bigger impact on whether it's good or not.
True.
Not that the different decanting styles won't change it, but the third one and this one, I don't know. They're both
unfocused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third one, I feel like I didn't brew it to the point. 不够.
And this is maybe over the point.
对，这边泡过头.
Yeah.
Yeah, over the point and not to the point.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying the entire session. Not to say that I'm think that it was ruined or something like that.
No, not ruined. This tea, I think this tea, I would say it's very kind to me today.
This tea is easy to brew, I think.
Or it's easier to brew.
Yeah. I believe this tea is fairly easy to brew because I brewed this about 60 grams worth of this tea before we ran out of it the first time.
You don't want to say that to that Sunny hear this one.
Yeah, I drank through about 60 grams of this tea, and
that's 2 ounces.
That was my sample. Yeah, and every time it was really easy to show up.
Yeah. Because I would say, what they say, teachers roasted alisan tea.
That's hard to make it show up.
That's harder. I feel like that is harder to. When it shows up, it's really wonderful, and when it doesn't show up, it feels like it's locked. And this one today is like, well, over or not to the point. There's still so much beauty happening.
Yeah,
you know. So I was just like, I'm not sure if it's easier to brew or just the tea is kind to me today. Because sometimes a tea is kind to the tea brewer. It just show up and you are not focused. You don't know what happened, and just that the tea is wonderful. You know, I call that the kind session.
Nice.
Number 5, infusion. I brew in silence. Well, my mind was talking now, but I watch while I was talking in my brain and try to I will not say I can stay very focused. I am not there yet, but at least I am watching how and where I am unfocused and do my best to stay with the tea. And amazingly, the scent on the surface broth already have a more focus point, and the liquid also feels like there is a focus point. Yeah. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, it's way more focused than the last two
Yeah, and it
cups.
feels a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
I
think this tea is very well suited for show and energy.
Show and energy, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, buy.
Yeah, we did. We bought a lot of it, actually. That's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad we did, because
it's
strong. It's you can brew out a lot of body energy, because I know you like that.
Yes.
It
And
has a
the
really
physical,
beautiful flavor that's really hard to screw it up.
Yeah.
And the physical energy is just really, really big and also comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is like
it's a thumbs up tea.
Thumbs up tea.
I'm really liking this tea. Yeah.
I think you well suited to
brew this tea.
For you to brew this tea. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna see how what else I can do with it. So since we are talking about tea brewing, we receive a wonderful email from a customer to ask us for the guidance on the teas that he purchased. He or she purchased from us, and as for our specific how do you call it? I guess instructions.
Yeah, brewing instructions.
Yeah, like how many grams and that kind of stuff. And the thing is to give it to the customer. The customer doesn't want the tea to taste bad, and that's
doesn't want to mess up the tea.
Yeah,
and that's
and
the wording.
To be honest with you, me either, because sometimes it really hurt my feelings when my tea.
Really nice job today on the brewing, by the way.
When my tea doesn't show up well.
They call it destroy a tea, right?
Yeah, I destroy a tea, and then that's
not pleasant.
Yeah, that's not good. Especially that the tea is really good, and you somehow find a way to destroy the tea session, and those are really brutal moments. But yet at the same time, for those of you who actually like to follow floating leaf tea and to see how we brew tea, and you notice that we actually don't give brewing instructions, because first of all, we believe tea is alive, and I cannot put any given tea in a box style to brew the tea, like 6 grams and 45 seconds and 120 millimeters, for example, and boiling water. I call it might be a safe way to brew tea, but is it a perfect way to brew tea? Well, it depends on your definition of perfect. I think at Floating Leaf Tea, we are very big on really learn to understand your tea and understand yourself. Oh, huh?
So we just had a customer come in. You were on a roll.
I don't know what kind of roll I was on.
You were on a...
My attention span is extremely... Not attention span, my memory power is like extremely low.
No, you were just talking about...
the tea brewing, huh?
Yeah, and you were saying that we don't give instructions. Or brewing parameters.
Yeah.
Because you don't want it to be safe. You don't want to put tea in a box.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where you left off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So how do I pick up this again? And I even in this session, you guys notice that even Noah mentioned like I am very suitable to brew this tea. So tea has personalities, and to be able to know that is you need to know how to taste tea, and you need to know yourself and know your tea friends, for example, to pull out some of the personalities and to know what match and what not. But I think to put it in a in a simpler way, I'm a strong believer on tea needs to be practiced. And I know some of you guys don't like to hear this and I understand. It's freaking exciting, man. There are so many good teas out there and so many different kinds. And I want to try all the kinds in this world. And remember, I'm like a really nagging mom. Hold your horses, people. Hold your horses. I know it's very boring. Maybe it sounds really boring to people and very boring to your tea drinking habits. Drink one kind of tea. Just 7 days straight, that kind of tea. And see how much you can brew that tea and play with it. You know, and notice when that tea show up, well in a certain day. What have you done? Now, what did you do? And try to, in a way, not to 100% repeat it. Okay? It's not that tea is scientific and yet not that scientific. Okay? Try to capture the feeling and say, I would like the same feeling to be repeated rather than the same everything to be repeated. And if you don't believe in me, even you can use this brewing style. Okay? 6 grams. I'm just throwing out numbers. I actually don't know how many grams. Whatever. 6 grams seems like is the magic number. 6 grams. Boiling hot water, 120 millimeters. Okay, let's say first infusion, 45 seconds. Second infusion, 40 seconds. Okay, write it down, people. Third infusion, 50 seconds. Fourth infusion, do it a minute also. And then number 5, do whatever you want. Okay? Do this, the same tea every day. And see if it's the same every single day. And think about that. If it's different, why do you try to make tea the same? Okay, I'm really on the roll today. Kind of scary.
No, it's great. I think we were talking about this question because we're thinking, how do we respond to this email? And you said something that day that I thought was really great. You said, have to find a way to let that person know you need to learn to drink tea first before you can brew a good cup of tea.
Yes.
You need to learn to taste tea and know what's happening in the tea before you can brew a better pot of tea. Right?
Yeah.
That's what you said. I thought that was great.
Yeah. And also, I know then when you hear this, you might be like, but can I just brew a good cup of tea? And it's like I think even we were talking about this yesterday in the car, people forget the process of practicing. So we met this tea brewing teacher and his tea seriously blew my freaking mind every single time. It's just so wonderful to drink his tea. But do you know what he did? He light charcoal every single day to heat up his water. And he practiced. He used the word practice. He didn't say, I drink tea 3 times a day. He practiced brewing tea 3 pots a day. Never stopping for 30 years. 40 years now. 40 years. People, that's dedication. And I also practice tea every single day, but I practice a pot. The teacher practiced 3 pots a day. So you can sit down and think about what practice means. Okay? It's a lot of trying and try to figure out yourself and the tea and the different methods, yes. But slowly, you will have a feeling of, it is a feeling. And that you just know that it's good. You just know that it's good. And I cannot explain that to you. And sometimes a tea will show up this way. It tastes rough and yet it's good. Or it tastes bitter and it's good. Okay? And I would rather people look for that than a perfect cup of tea. I want some goodness to show up in my practice every single day and try to figure out what I can make more goodness to show up. Okay? Because perfection sounds like it's the end.
It's dead.
I will not call it dead, but
Perfection? I think so.
But it's the end. It's like the end of the path. It's perfect now. What else do you do? You have nothing else to do if you are perfect. Or if your tea tastes perfect. The thing is, with the same pot of tea, there is even the same good tea. There is good and there's wonderful and there's amazing. And I know this because I always bring the tea that I know to that amazing tea brewing teacher, because he bloody tell me that he can brew tea better than me. And every single time, yes, he's like making up a firecracker show for me with the teas that I brew for a year or two. And you know what? I never felt discouraged. That's something I look forward to and look up to. Whoa, what if I can make 20% extra to show up in that same tea? That's how tea becomes so wonderfully interesting. It's not like, oh, then I drink this tea. I drink Dragon Well tea today. I know Dragon Well tea. Dragon Well tea tastes like this. Dragon Well tea, I already know Dragon Well tea. Sorry to say this. That would be really stupid to say. And it's an insult to the people who make Dragon Well tea with all their lives. Dragon Well tea, it's just a tea, okay? I'm not single out that tea. It's a tea that, just for example, that have been developed for hundreds of years. Okay? And so if you have Dragon Well tea and you have a few sessions and you say, I know Dragon Well tea, please rethink about that mindset. So with tea brewing the same. I think it's an ongoing journey to figure out, yes, brewing techniques, actually to figure out how to taste the tea and to call out more stuff of the tea and to know yourself. What is your temperament? What else can you call out? And it's an amazing journey, because a lot of times it's not comfortable. But through the uncomfortable moments, I think one will become stronger. And I'm totally not talking about tea brewing now. Am I? I don't know. I can get too much. Okay, so people, please forgive me. And if I insult you, also forgive me, whatever. And let's drink this last part of this wonderful Yunnan Oolong tea. I think it's gonna be very strong because I'm on the roll. As Noah said. There's something I need to practice. I get too excited. And then my blood pressure goes up. I'm like just too excited and I'm sweating and my face turns red. If you can see me right now, I'm like sweating and my face turns red because I just so eagerly want to share.
You're a tea soldier.
I don't want to be a tea I'm not a tea soldier. I'm a commander.
You're a tea commander?
Maybe I say it 10 times now. I like this tea. Good tea.
I said it before. You're very well suited to brew this tea.
Yeah.
This tea fits with your personality really well. You can be really crazy and it still tastes really good.
Yeah, but it cannot be too weak.
This tea?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
like the third infusion kind of feel a little bit, because I didn't brew it to the point. It feels a bit too weak for me. Too pretty. Tea can be really pretty, but not the pretty and pretty only tea.
Yeah, so this tea has plenty of muscles to show off.
Yeah. Pretty, muscly woman. Nice.
Or
cow.
Transvestite. Like in Rocky Horror Picture Show. You haven't seen that, have you? Rocky Horror Picture Show. We'll watch that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So before we go, a couple of things to announce. One is in September, we will be slowly is not to do anything slowly. It's just we are slow people. To announce, to list a couple of new teas. Okay. One will be this Yunnan Oolong tea. Really good. Please brew some. It's really good. And another one is, what is that? We don't have the final name yet, but probably that's the name. We are gonna have 8 roast dongding from our teacher, and both of the Yunnan Oolong tea and 8 roast dongding will be listed on .com site and .us site. And there's one more tea to be listed on both sites in September, will be our 古树 old tree Yunnan white tea cake. It's coming up pretty soon. We didn't release the tea because we wanted a label for it. But looks like if you want to wait for us to have a label for it, label means a specific photo for the cake, you will have to wait for a little bit much longer time. So I think we're going to just go ahead and sell the tea, and of course we'll put a sticker, our company sticker on the top, and then say what kind of tea that is. And 50% of the chance that we are gonna do a photo competition for the cake. And why is it 50%? It depends on my mood. I feel like doing it, I will do it. I don't feel like doing it, I don't do it. Okay, people? Feels like a lot of work. And then later there will be a 4th tea that will be released on actually only the .us site. It's actually a solstice tea, but not your July 21st solstice. It's a Chinese lunar calendar Dragon Boat Festival solstice tea. Really good tea. A lot of wonderful strong energy. We brew the tea for a couple of friends in Portland, and they actually named the tea, they give the tea a nickname. They call it the Big Ball Tea. And they love it. I was actually really surprised. It turned out so well on the tea. And so we will release this tea also, but only on the .us site. I think that's it, right? Cool.
Well, I think we'll call it good with that.
Okay.
And we'll see you guys next Monday, probably.
Maybe.
We may see you in a different format, though. So,
yes.
So be excited.
Be excited. I'm very excited. I'm too excited already. And be safe out there and just drink a lot of tea. We'll
Bye-bye.
see you on Monday. Bye-bye.